Hi guys, it's Andy from City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Um, okay, so we've got lots to talk about today, so we're going to fly through them. We're going to talk about a little bit about Bellingham again has come up. What else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about City fan who travelled 3,000 miles for the West Ham game that got called off. And City did something that was very nice for them. We'll talk about Zinchenko in Dubai with his girlfriend and a tiger. We'll talk about Jadon Sancho, but more from the fact that, not that he's coming to City, but the fact of how much City might make with the sell-on clause in the contract if he was to come to, let's say, a Premier League team, or maybe somebody does actually purchase him for £100 million. Sheffield Wednesday tickets and prices are on offer. We'll talk about City having the richest squad in world football. There's the usual UEFA thing that's come out and came out yesterday, but it's still coming out again today. And we'll just quickly run through what's been said today. And actually, I was driving earlier, and at lunchtime, I was listening to Martin Lipton was talking on TalkSport about it, and sort of regurgitating the same sort of overall process of where it stands right now with regards to there. But it is very interesting that the likes of Martin Lipton, who's been quite vocal on FFP, is choosing his words very carefully and choosing his approach quite carefully. So anyway, let's see what else. Let's see who's on. Cal Blundell's on. Hello, how are you? Lancal's on. Hello, how are we? Very good, thank you. Chelsea have got the best bargains in a long time. 35 million for Ziyech. We'll see. But I mean, where's he going to fit in? Did they not buy Pulisic as well? So it'd be interesting to see how he does and how he copes with the Premier League. Jack Lee, hello. Beyond Belief, hi Cal. Lancal456, hello BB, says Cal. Kiam's on. Happy Thursday, everyone. Almost weekend it is. It seems like it's been a long week this week. Full on. Mingy Wong, hello there. How are you? Lancal, yes, Kiam, but that means I'm closer to my exams next week. Ooh, you better get studying then, mate. Cal Blundell, I'm furious. Andy was drinking my Pepsi Max. I only went and spilt it on myself. I hope it wasn't in front of people, mate. Imadi Mafdi, Riyad Mahrez. What about Riyad Mahrez? Lancal456 should be more careful, Cal. Kiam says the most important thing with exams is to turn up. Do that and you've got it in the bag. Yeah, right. Tom Hudson. Hi, Andy, mate. How are you, Tom? Hope you're well, buddy. Lancal, thanks, Kiam. Mingy Wong, I just ordered my League Cup final ticket. Brilliant. Maybe we'll finally get to meet you down there. Brian Gardner's on. Hi, Andy. Hope you're well. I'm very good, Brian. Hope you are. Beyond belief. I thought the clause on Sancho was 20% sell-on, buyback clause, and it was also designed to make it difficult for United to get him. No, apparently there's no buyback clause whatsoever in the contract. I think it's 15% sell-on, depending on what you want to believe, because people will quote all sorts of different figures, and unless somebody is on the inside and has got absolute access to the contract, who knows? But we'll talk about that. Cal Blundell, I can see him absolutely lighting this league up. He can play as a right winger or a central attacking midfielder. Yeah, I must admit, he's looked exciting in certain games. But then other games he's sort of drifted very much out of it. I think he's very much in a Mahrez type of thing. You know, one game can look brilliant, other games non-existent. Cody Big, Man City fan. Oh no, UEFA is back to haunt us. Nah, they've always been there, mate. Becky Donovan, hello again. How are you, Becky? Mingy Wong, I'm okay, thanks. Just been sweating my forehead off. Why? What have you been up to? Kiam is a genius, says Cal Blundell. Beyond belief. Exams are a memory test. They aren't a true signifier of intelligence and the ability to problem solve. That comes from practical experience. That's a good point. Jack Deans, but then again, I guess they've got to somehow test knowledge or memory. At some point, there's got to be parameters that are set in place. Jack Dean, score predictions for both legs against Madrid. Good question. Maybe ask that later. Something maybe we can all get involved in. Cal Blundell, Sancho would be City fourth choice winger. Don't understand why City fans want him. Sane was to go. I think if Sancho was bought in for 100 million quid, it'd be first choice left winger without a shadow of a doubt. And Sterling would have to move over to the right. Jack Dean's 1-1 away and 2-0 at home. I stand corrected. Cheers, Andy. Wouldn't mind him back at the club, but the questionable attitude is a concern. Well, it is. It's one of those. We'll talk about it. Kiam, my exam philosophy was minimum effort, maximum results. It cost me £90. 90 quid. Wow, mate. You've got yourself a decent ticket there, not the £40 ones we've got up in the clouds, but then at Wembley, everywhere is a brilliant view. It cost me, hey up, Ryan's on. Why is the FFP is back from UEFA? Why, but why? Being and given in my tenancy agreement today. So you're on the streets now, mate. Don't forget tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So don't forget, if you've not bought your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, your boyfriend, or whatever else, a present, you better get out and get a card, at least some flowers or whatever, and make sure it's there in the morning, so that when you meet them, mind you, thinking about some of the kids on here, I'm not too sure whether they've got girlfriends or we'll be meeting them anyway. But anyway, where was I up to there? Becky Donovan, Sancho would be good signing, but he has attitude. Well, there were the rumours about attitude. I don't know where those rumours came from, if I'm honest. So we'll wait and see. Why can you only buy one ticket per supporter for Wembley? You'll end up selling them on. I'm guessing, why would you need more for one? I think you can actually purchase more. And actually, I think there's still quite a few on sale. We don't do Valentine's. I'm the gift to them. What, you're not even buying her a present? You tight-ass git. What's everyone else got for their girlfriends? What have you bought your girlfriends or your boyfriends or your partners or whatever, your wife, husbands? You expecting something, Andy? I'm hoping so. Hey, listen, I can't say, because just in case the wife would watch this, but I can't say but I've gone to a bit of trouble. You've got to show appreciation and things like that. Martin's taken his wife away this weekend for a long weekend, so you've got to make the effort. Of course you have. I don't know what I'm expecting, but anyway, she's got a couple of nice things. Beyond belief, Jack Dean's, because there are supporters with less loyalty points waiting for a ticket. Are you going to surprise your wife, Andy? Yes and no. There'll be something in the morning, and then something will be arriving tomorrow during the day, and then she'll get a second surprise when she comes home. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? Cal Blundell, don't remind me, Andy. My bank account is going to be a bit sore. I asked her to get me FIFA points for Valentine's Day. Well, how is your bank balance going to be a bit sore when you asked her to buy you FIFA points? Depends on what you've bought her, Cal. Becky Donovan says, I don't have a boyfriend, so don't have to worry about that. I usually treat my dad. Oh, how cute. That's nice. Good luck with whatever you're buying your dad then. Did you buy him a Valentine's card as well and everything like that? That's cute. Beyond belief, you can buy for other supporters, but they need a supporter number with the necessary amount of points. Yeah. Unless it's on general sale. Don't have a partner, it's easier. Oh, come on, think of what you're missing out, mind you. No, there are days when you think it's easier without one. Andy's expecting a blow-up doll of good. Yes. Wouldn't that be great? City, says Cody. Where's my long weekend away from Martin? Well, you want to go away for a long weekend with Martin? Scam. Beyond belief, true romance is in your ordinary doings, not your special habits. Yeah, of course it is. But there's no harm in it's a reminder. I get the whole it's all about making money out of cards and things like that. But there's no harm in a reminder day every year just to do something because, you know, when you're with somebody for a long time, sometimes you do forget. And life, as you get older, passes you by quickly. Becky Donovan, my dad collects match programs, but only game he missed was LFC away. Any ideas how to get a program? My dad collects match programs, but the only game he missed was LFC away. Any ideas how to get a program? You could contact the club, I'm guessing. That's I don't know. Maybe try and contact the club. Well, you wanted to get him that as a Valentine's Day gift. Carl Blundell says, I bought her a necklace. Very nice. I might buy my partner some chocolates or flowers. Very good. Depends where Martin would take me. Oh God, I don't even want to think of that. I might give every woman in Vancouver a Valentine's present. I'll walk the seawall later. That'll be enough. Think you can get them from Anfield Club Shop. There you go, Becky. I think you can get them from the Anfield Club Shop. Mind you, it's a bit late now, isn't it? What time is it? It's 4:15. Unless you want to go to Liverpool, which I don't know. Depends on how much you want it. Mingy Wong, what is Kiam doing on Valentine's Day? What are you doing on Valentine's Day, Kiam? I think Chelsea fans got their early gift with Ziyech. Well, I guess it's one of those. I think they probably said that about Pulisic, and that's so far not really worked out, has it? So I think it'd be one of those suck it and see when he arrives. But they certainly got him cheap because last year he was rumoured around about the 50, 60 million mark. So I think it's around about 36, 38 million. It's decent. Yes, I would like to get one. I tried Anfield, they said out of stock. Okay. Tell you what, Becky, seeing as though I'm in a good mood, I do have 1 minute. There it is. Okay. Amongst all my some of this season's matchday programs, I do have the Liverpool. I'm assuming you mean the one that was on the 10th of November. That particular one comes with a magazine as well, which is actually quite decent. Must admit, I've not even looked at this. It's still in its package. It's actually not bad. Tell you what, Becky, there you go. You can have it from me. I can't get it to you. I can only post it tomorrow. I can't. I don't know where you live. I'm assuming you're in around the Manchester area. I'll put this email down. That's our email address. If you send me an email, the best I can do, I'm afraid, is send it to you tomorrow. You'll have it Saturday. Now I know it's not. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, but you'll have it Saturday for your dad if you want it. All you have to do is send me an email. If you want it, I'll post it first thing in the morning, so you'll have it. That's the official match program. I am assuming that you're talking about this season's game that he hasn't got. Well, that's the one when you can have it. All right. There you go. So send me an email, mcfcfantv@gmail.com. I've just put it. Oh, 1 minute. I've just put it down there, and that you can have it. All right. And I must admit, I've not even looked through. It's not even looked through it. It's just piled up with my other ones. So there you go. You can have it. Let me just quickly get back before I go through this quick news. I play my wife on FIFA. I get people salty when I say Sancho is just an English Pulisic. Mingy Wong, is she good on it? If you assuming you're talking about FIFA, better than me, Mingy Wong. She is a United fan. Oh, Jesus. Good job you posted that there, mate. And well, I must admit, my wife was more on the red side when I first met her, but she's now a true blue. What I missed so far, we were asking about Valentine's Day tomorrow and what people are getting their partners. Kiam got sacked by City on FIFA. Mingy Wong, she probably keeps more clean sheets than you. That would be amazing. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Just don't forget to email the Gmail account. If you email me, give me your details. But like I said, I won't be able to do anything now because by the time I finish this, the post office will be closed. So I've heard this Lee Mason's last season as top flight referee. Both City and Villa are worried we may see one last hurrah from him with another awful display of officiating in his first cup final. Yeah, that's a point, BB. There was also an article, I think this morning I read first thing, about 2 referees that failed the UEFA fitness test. One of them is Andy Madley and the other one is somebody Coote. And their excuse was they were both full of colds and the bleep test, but they get a chance to redo it again at some point. Becky Donovan, I can pay you for it. No, don't be stupid. Don't want money for it. It costs. I don't even know. I've no idea how much it cost. I can't remember. What was it? It doesn't even say. I think it's about £4.50 or something like that. Don't worry about it. It's peanuts. So you're more than welcome to it. What a guy you are, Andy A. It's nothing. Bernard, hi Andy and everyone, hope you're well. Yeah, good Bernard, how are you, Cookie Monster? Come on, Andy, you're married. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's why there is no FIFA vids. Kiam got sacked. Top man, Andy, that's generous of you. That's great gesture, Andy. Nice one, Becky. Carl, Andy, don't touch the Liverpool programme. You were cash hunting. That's why it's still in its wrapper. Valentine's bought some little gifts and paid her to have her hair done. I'm a big old softy. Well done, Bernard. See, romance isn't dead. That's very nice of Andy. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Andy. That's so sweet of you. No, you're more than welcome. The Prem refs failed the FIFA fitness test yet. I don't get sacked on FIFA. I win Champions Leagues with Oldham. Right, that's enough of that before it gets all stupid. But anyway, don't forget, buy your partners a little something. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Right, quickly, let's go through, because today there's not tons of stuff, and there's a lot of it is regurgitation of the same stuff from the last couple of days. There was a nice story that floated around today, if I can find it, and that was, if I can find it, let me just see. It's down here a bit. Let me just see. There it's coming up. It says Man City to roll out the blue carpet for a fan who travelled 3,000 miles for the game that didn't happen. Man City have promised a fan who travelled over 3,000 miles for a game that never happened that they will invite him back for a special matchday experience. Matt Renninger, 35, and his pregnant wife Missy, who's 30, flew to Manchester from Boston in the USA to attend Sunday's planned Premier League clash with West Ham. Matt, a Blue for nearly 20 years, said watching Sergio Aguero and his City heroes in action had been on his bucket list since his teenage years. Matt and Missy from Rhode Island on America's East Coast spent around $3,000 around about £2,750 on flights, a hotel and tickets. However, as we know, the game was called off. So, yeah, well done, City. Even though I'm sure there'll be plenty of people saying, well, they should really do that for normal fans and things like that. There are people who travel the length and breadth of the country. What else have we got? Whilst we're still talking about little sort of bits of City news, Alexander Zinchenko, picture of him here. Zinchenko is certainly enjoying his time off as the title. And this comes from the fact that he's in Dubai with his girlfriend. Quite a nice looking girlfriend as well. And he says, amazing experience in one of the best zoos. Thanks a lot at SB_Belhassa for inviting and hospitality. It's got 127,000 likes so far. And it was liked by Gabby Jesus as well. So enjoy your break, mate. Shame it's not the weekend after when I'm out there. I might have saw you around. But anyway, enjoy that few days off that you're going to get. Right, on to the next one before I read out some of your comments. And this is obviously still going around. And this is about Jadon Sancho. And basically, there's an article in the MEN by Simon Bajowski talking about Sancho's return to the Premier League appears closer after reports that Dortmund are willing to sell the England international. Having left City for £8 million in 2017, after a fallout with the club over first-team opportunities, the 90-year-old could command a fee in excess of £100 million this summer, with Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea all said to be interested in signing him. City did not manage to get a buyback clause in their deal with Dortmund, so there is no price they can offer the German club that will automatically allow them to bring the player back to the Etihad. And while they do get notified of any bids, so have the opportunity to match offers from any clubs, the manner of Sancho's exit and Pep Guardiola's subsequent comments about the possibility of re-signing him make a reunion unlikely. Although City needs for a winger would increase should Leroy Sané depart for Bayern Munich. What the Blues do have, however, is a sell-on clause. There may not be a club-specific clause like there is with Brahim Diaz and United, but City do get 15% of any sale above the £8 million paid for Sancho in 2017. £100 million fee then would give them £13.8 million, around £15 million. There is no time limit either, so the Blues will get the money from Sancho's next move, whether it comes this summer or later. If Sancho returning to the Premier League opens up the prospect of him punishing his former employees on the pitch, it would definitely mean one of City's rivals via Dortmund boosting the coffers of the Etihad club. So there you go. That's Jadon Sancho. So City do have a clause in there that will sell-on clause. So we are entitled to further funds, which we do, but we don't have a release clause that is activated. And there's nothing to do with Manchester United or anything in that particular deal. So let me just quickly go back to your comments. That's why there is no FIFA fids. Kiam got sacked here. Topman Andy, that's generous of you, no props. That's a great gesture, Andy. Nice one. Becky, Andy, don't touch Liverpool. Sorry, I'm rereading stuff. It's very nice of you. Thank you, Andy. That's so sweet. Don't worry, I don't get sacked. Liverpool are a virus. Do all Liverpool programs come in a forensic evidence? I wondered that actually. That one's quite decent because it's a program and like a magazine. Don't know whether they do that all the time. But Ankal Kiam is going to represent City in the E-Premier League. You heard it first. Cal says, I'm also expecting a Carlo Ancelotti poster. Don Carlo. Mingy Wong, he probably wouldn't qualify. Corona has nothing on Liverpool. Kiam, I need to play Ryan and Cal on FIFA. Add me as a friend, PS4 Kiam_MCFC. We will play at some point. Ryan, Xbox Kiam. Cal, Kiam, we are on Xbox. Kiam, to be fair, Altrincham defend better than us at the moment. Lankow, I travelled down from Edinburgh. Where's my compensation? Yeah, Kiam, oh yes, you are using the kids platform. I forgot. Mingy Wong, Salford City aren't that great for the moment. Airborne Assassin Zinchenko costs us the Spuds game. Oh, every game we lose, you can point the finger at somebody. It's easy for fans to do. He shouldn't be messing about with Lions. The insurance premium just went up. Cal Blundell, Gabby always scores headers past our 6'3" plus defenders. Ryan Corey, only one man we should be after from Dortmund, and that's Erling Brot. Becky Donovan just emailed my address. Thanks again. You're more than welcome. Don't worry about it. How much did cost from RB Salzburg? How much did cost from RB Salzburg? Sorry, Mingy Wongy. I don't know. Are you talking about Haaland there? 20 million euros, Ming. Couldn't believe we didn't move him. Oh, you are talking about Haaland. Okay. Cheap stuff. Beyond belief, not anymore. Wow, loads on at the moment. Ryan Corey says, not much fee-wise cost Dortmund more to pay the agent than Salzburg. The real FIFA players can be found on PS4. Airborne Assassin, we need to find out what Pep's doing before he splashes the club's cash. That's a good point. Kiam, you don't even play actual players. Daffy, Osman, United or Liverpool will get Sancho. Well, I mean, talking about it today, listening today on somebody who watches German football quite an awful lot and has sort of some, I wouldn't say inside track, but watches and knows German football quite a lot, says he doesn't think the Premier League will suit Sancho. He thinks the likes of Barca will definitely sell because they have to sell to fund the likes of Sancho. And he believes that La Liga is the perfect place for Sancho to go, not the Premier League. And Bayern are trying to already offload the likes of Coutinho plus others. And he believes that Barcelona will definitely come in for Sancho. And if they do, and they offer the right type of money, he'll definitely choose La Liga over the Premier League. Kiam, you don't even play actual players. Sorry, Liverpool need good programme as it's brainwashing material for the cause. Can we vote to have Liverpool leave Europe, says Cal. Airborne Assassin, I don't think Sancho will leave Dortmund at season. Mingy1, do you know where you're sitting at Wembley? I do. I can't remember the... it's up in 5-1 somewhere or other. I can't remember where they are. Or 5-2 somewhere, I can't remember. Mbappe is the real prize. I'd have to see him go. I'd hate to see him go to Chelsea. Yeah, I mean he's the one into it. If you're gonna spend massive money, Mbappe is the one you want to go for. I don't blame Barcelona for wanting to sell Coutinho. No, neither do I. He's been an absolute disaster, hasn't he? What else have we got to talk about? Tickets. Yeah, tickets for I can find it. Sheffield Wednesday, and this is via obviously the City website. Now, I went through not yesterday, the day before, I think on the last live vlog I did, or whenever it was. I went through the prices of the tickets for that Sheffield Wednesday were promoting for the FA Cup game on Wednesday, the 4th of March. Well, kickoff is 7:45. And the club has received an allocation of 4,499 tickets, priced as follows. Season ticket holders and members, an adult ticket is £25. Over 65s is 15, under 21s is 15, and under 17s is £5. If they get to general sale, adults will be £30, over 65s will be 20, under 21s will be 20, and under 17s will remain at £5. And it says... anything else? It talks about qualifying sales criteria, and it says citizens with a 2019-20 Platinum, Gold, or 93-20 season card with 20,000 points or more who are registered on the FA Cup scheme, they'll be able to buy theirs tomorrow at 9 a.m. Citizens with a 2019-20 Platinum, Gold, or 93-20 season card with 19,000 points or more will be able to buy theirs from tomorrow at 12 noon. So obviously the 20,000 people get theirs at 9 a.m. 3 hours later, it goes down to 18,000. It then, 18,000, sorry, it goes at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then if there are still some on sale, and you've got 16,000 points or more, then you'll be able to purchase yours Monday, the 17th of February at 9 a.m. If there are still, it will be some left. It'll be 14,000 points, and that'll go on Monday at 12 noon, and then down to 13,000, which will be Monday at 3 o'clock. Then says, should any tickets remain, further selling criteria will be announced on the website. No chance. Absolutely no chance. We haven't been up to Wednesday for a while to Hillsborough, so yeah, no chance of getting a ticket for that one, I'm afraid. So we'll have to wait and see if we've got any friends who potentially might have a spare one going. But it's going to be very difficult. So if you are on the schemes, I cannot see it going down to sort of 14,000, 16,000 points. I think the rest will be snapped up pretty quickly on that one. So let's just see what else we've got. I don't think Sancho will leave Dortmund this season. Sorry, done that. I see that, to be honest. Sancho, very much a foreign player, good for national team. Carbondale, you're lucky, Andy. When LFC win the title, you don't have to hear it. Liverpool's title celebration is on my birthday. Oh, no. Lankow, I think Mbappe will join Liverpool, but that will be the day I question see on fishy. What? No chance. Daffy Osman, La Liga with Barca. I don't think so, as Barca searching for strikers, not kind of winger. I did hear somebody saying, I think he was a Liverpool fan today, talking about this and saying, you know, he thinks, and this is his own opinion, that Liverpool will sell Salah because of the Olympic Games and the African Cup of Nations that are coming up shortly, which means 2 competitions that he's going to be away for. With his age, they're thinking that he could sell him now, this summer, while the price is right, and go in for Sancho. Maybe maybe it is an option. Davi Osman, La Liga with Barca, don't think so, as Barca search for strikers, not kind of winger. If you see his goals and assist record, very, very good. I think he's 3rd in the goals in Dortmund, at Dortmund in the Bundesliga. I think there's only Robert Lewandowski and Timo Werner that are ahead of him in the Bundesliga. He tops the assists with 21 or 22 assists in the Bundesliga, and I think he's 5th best. Is he 5th best in the whole of Europe on there? So he's scoring plenty of goals as well as assists. When Liverpool win the title, I'm going to switch off my TV or hide behind my sofa. 17 and under or under 17. Sorry, what did I say? Bugger. I've gone and let me just go back on there. Sorry. I can't remember what I said. Did I say it was 17 and under, or did I say it was under 17? I'll try and find it again just in case. Did I say? Here we go. 17 and under. It says under 17. It says under 17. So I don't know what. Did I say 17 and under? Under 17 is actually the qualifying criteria for that one. Let me go back. Mbappe is a more expensive Daniel James, all pace, no end product. Mingy Wong, at least it's not United. Have you watched PSG this season? Airborne Assassin still could be worse. Carl Airborne, he has scored over 100 goals and he's 20. French League is pants. My Sunday League team could win that. I'm worried about the Madrid game. I think we'll struggle. It's going to be interesting, Becky. It really is. It's going to be. We're gonna really need to play well against West Ham and Leicester prior to the lead up, and try and get a bit of confidence from them 2 games prior to the Madrid first leg. That's for certain. Hopefully, we'll have everybody back fit, including Leroy Sané. So hopefully, we might see some game time for Sané. Maybe even next week against West Ham, as a sub appearance for 20 minutes or so, and then maybe even more in the next game prior to the Madrid game. Pepper said he could be sacked if City lose. Daily Mail reported, so take a pitch. So, you know what? I think all of these are the things what Pep's come out with that everyone's jumped on. I think half of it is taking the piss. Is just being tongue-in-cheek, sort of saying, well, more like he's saying I could be sacked. He's saying that, he couldn't win the league if he didn't have money. All he's quoting is what media journalism, journalists and things like that have said about him since he's been in the Premier League. You know, it's been, oh, he can't win anything without money. Oh, he needs to spend money. Oh, this, that, and the other. He could never do it with a championship team. Oh, he'd never do this. Oh, he's going to get sacked if we don't win. He's just repeating what the media said and turning it around against them. The problem being is that people actually believe that he's saying it genuinely. That's the weird thing, or the odd thing and very worrying thing. I see Liverpool winning the league like we did in 2018 after someone else's game. It was decided. I hope so anyway. Could they win it at our place? Is it possible? Well, I think these rearranged games and things now, I've got a feeling that I don't think they can now. I might be wrong. Ray J73. Sorry, Beyond Belief. I'm not sure whether they can now. But I'm not 100% certain. I don't see Liverpool paying the fee for Mbappe. I don't think we would pay the fee. Maybe Madrid or Barca. Barca certainly have got to. They've spent fortunes over the last 2 years. They definitely need to a massive clear out to get funds. Airborne, where's the proof? Cal, not a Mbappe fan, mate. Sorry, I'm late. Section 20. Don't worry, mate. Crappy, not for me. No worries, section. We're signing Isco's granddad Bisco. Signing over Mbappe, Beyond Belief. Pep was being sarcastic. They don't like it. They don't get it like teenagers, yeah. Daffy Osman, do you think Pep will sign any player for next season? God, yeah. I think there'll be, if Pep's here, definitely will be 4 or 5 players, in my opinion. And we'll be getting rid of maybe 5 or 6. Mbappe won't suit City in my mind. Daffy Osman, definitely right. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Yes, the next thing, very quickly, we've got 3 things to talk about. Man City squad. Man City's squad is worth, apparently, to one outlet, 1.28 billion in the transfer market. Man United stars valued at almost half. And this comes from football finance experts SoccerX. Man City's squad is worth £1.28 billion, more than any other football side in the world, according to a new financial report. Pep Guardiola has bought 22 players and spent almost £540 million at City since taking over in June 2016, which has yielded 5 major trophies, including 2 Premier League titles. The citizens are set to miss out on an English crown for the first time since 2017. Guardiola's men are, however, still in the chase for the Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup. They face Villa in the final on March the 1st. There is an expectation on them to win at least one of those titles, given the level of squad, which has had a light shone on it in a new report produced by SoccerX. The annual financial report listed the world's most financially powerful clubs, and one of the columns taken into account was players' value. Those figures are said to be based on data from football statistics website Transfer Market, and they highlight the literal wealth of talent at Guardiola's disposal. City's squad trump any other in the world in that respect, with 1.28 billion worth of talent at the Etihad Stadium, almost double Manchester United's squad worth of 753.3 million, which doesn't even make it into the top 10. Real Madrid ostensibly have the second most wealthy roster worth 1.19 billion, while Barcelona are right behind with 1.18 billion at the Nou Camp. Premier League leaders Liverpool are the next most valuable side at 1.07 billion, closely followed by PSG, whose star-studded team comes in at 1.05 billion. Tottenham's players then trump their remaining Big Six rivals with 984 million, while German champions Bayern are close behind with 883. Diego Simeone's men at Atletico are valued at 873 million, while next on the list are Juventus, who trail by a slim 9 million. Chelsea then pit United and Arsenal to 10th spot in the rankings, with Frank Lampard having access to £807 million in talent. So basically the top 10 is Manchester City. This is the most valuable squads. City at 1.28 billion. Madrid next, followed by Barca in third, Liverpool fourth, PSG fifth, Tottenham sixth, Bayern seventh, Atletico eighth, Juve ninth, and Chelsea in 10th. So, £1.28 billion that squad is worth. It's a lot of money. But then again, that's the value of the club and everything else. And if you think that, if the rumours are correct, that Sheikh Mansour has put close to 1.5 billion in total into Manchester City, well, the squad itself is worth 1.28 billion. And forget all the other clubs that the CFG own, the CFG itself, the stadiums, the infrastructure, the commercial outlets, the academy, God knows, that no wonder you're getting valuations of £5.5 billion. So quite frightening. Very, very clever guy. Kiam says, looks like New York Times have made a cock up in their haste to attack us over FFP. It does. We're going to talk about that next. United squad is worth half of City's, but they don't have half the wage bill, though. That's true. Pep need winning Champions League to justify the 1.28 billions. Disagree. Lankar, would you say that City and Liverpool are similar in strength in terms of player for player? I think that's a fair. I personally think it's a fair assumption. Superior being Sterling would do a signing eventually. I think City need to make a statement by flogging them both. I know plenty of City fans who agree with that statement. Airborne Assassin Stones, Mendy not good enough for City. They must go first. I think both potentially will be gone in the summer. How much did they rate Sane as? Who rates Sane as? Bernard? Kiam, does Ole need to win Champions League to justify the billion spent in the same time as Pep? Yeah, there's one for you. What the transfer market? I'm assuming you're saying how much the transfer market rate Leroy Sane. If that's what you're saying, they value him at £90 million, Bernard. No chance of Ole winning the Champions League. Who will be thinking of that? Carl Kiam, Ole is better than Pep. It takes a special person to lose more games to win. Right. Before we finish on UEFA, this has come up again and again. And I don't know why they keep doing it. But according to the Daily Mail again, City are still on the scouting outlet looking at rising star Jude Bellingham, Birmingham City. The 16-year-old has attracted the attention of other clubs as well. Despite his age, Bellingham has made 28 appearances so far this season in England's second division, scoring 4 times. He's mainly deployed in a central midfield role, but has also seen minutes in wide positions. Tough tackler with an eye for a pass. Doesn't take much imagination to believe that Pep Guardiola might be interested. However, recent reports have suggested that Birmingham could demand an enormous transfer fee to make the move happen, with some sources naming fees as high as £50 million. Well, for me, no chance. Absolutely no chance. Are we going to pay 50 million quid for, let's face it, somebody who would struggle to get into this particular Manchester City squad with additions coming in the summer? So it's one of those. Right, finally, UEFA. Oh, they're back again, and it's all been coming out over the last 24, 48 hours. But I'll read you. This is from the Manchester Evening News, and it's the easiest way for me to go over the old ground. It's just, half of it is just regurgitating the simple stance of where we were originally with the whole Court of Arbitration appeal with regards to the adjudicatory chamber and the investigatory chambers and things like that. But it's quicker for me to just read it out, and that way I don't have to just keep going over old ground that we've done about 50 times. But anyway, this is what's come out as of today's article. Court documents have laid bare the tensions between Manchester City and UEFA after the club and the governing body were involved in an angry exchange ahead of a court hearing. City went to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, or otherwise known as CAS, to have UEFA's Club Financial Control Board, or the CFCB, investigation into allegations of financial fair play breaches published via Football Leaks in Der Spiegel thrown out. The club were furious that UEFA's chief financial investigator's recommendation for a one-season Champions League ban was leaked and launched legal action to have the investigation halted as a result. Now, CAS dismissed that claim back in November, saying it was inadmissible as the CFCB were yet to conclude their investigation, but court documents have now revealed the accusations levelled by each party. Now, as you remember back in November, just this is a quick recap, as you know, City went to CAS, more of a stalling point of view. City knew that CAS would never ever be able to throw this out because it needed to go through due process with the CFCB, and they knew that anyway, but that was last November. We're now in February. Now, carrying on, City claimed that UEFA had systematically breached and continues to breach its duty of confidence, and the investigation and decision lacked procedural fairness and due process. The club also said the leaks have caused and continue to cause MCFC serious harm and loss. City also wanted damages from the European football's governing body for losses incurred as a result of the respondents' conduct. So basically, what they're saying is that the CFCB were neglect in respect of confidentiality agreements and that they were leaking stuff to the media, and basically City wanted damages from UEFA, which means if you got damages, it would have been thrown out anyway. But CAS cannot do that. It has to go through its due process. The next part is the basis of City's anger was a report that appeared in the New York Times in May, we're talking about May last year, which claimed that UEFA's chief financial investigator, Yves Leterme, was to recommend a one-year ban from the Champions League. That story was published before UEFA announced that the case would go before the CFCB adjudicatory chamber, with the decision yet to be confirmed. So basically, this came from Tariq Panja of the New York Times last year. If you remember, if you're on Twitter, you've seen all the debates over the last 8-9 months with regards to Tariq Panja. Now, carrying on, during the CAS hearing, City said UEFA's failure to investigate the repeated breaches of confidentiality casts grave doubt upon the fairness, impartiality, and integrity of the investigatory chamber's approach. In his response to City's complaint to CAS, Leterme said, "I must vehemently reject your allegations of unlawful activities, either by myself or by any of the members of the UEFA CFCB, in particular of its investigatory chamber. Your allegations are groundless in the merits and unacceptable in tone. Please be advised that I will not continue such an exchange of correspondence and that I will not respond further to groundless accusations directed against me personally and or against my fellow members of the investigatory chamber." Now, that's what basically where it's at and where it's come from. But this new sort of bits of information that have come out also, Leterme also stressed that neither himself or any members of the investigatory chamber had violated any rights of your club. The CAS decision to throw out City's appeal was on the basis of it being premature, because UEFA's adjudicatory chamber are yet to make their own decision and could theoretically exonerate the club anyway. But CAS did show some support to City over their concerns about the leaks from UEFA, labelling them worrisome. In a 35-page court decision, Manfred Nann, go on, come up with the singer, president of the three-man panel, said, "The alleged leaking of information by members of the investigatory chamber or the UEFA administration about the proceedings against Manchester City is worrisome. Again, the panel is mindful not to trespass into the authority of the adjudicatory chamber to address MCFC's procedural complaints in detail. However, it must be noted that MCFC's complaints as to the leaks do not, on a prima facie basis, appear to be entirely without merit, particularly concerning the first and second leak and the fifth leak, which refers to an insider at UEFA as the source. So there you go. That's over the last 24 hours. The other bits of information that's been released as to what has actually been said when CAS basically kicked out the complaint by Manchester City, even though City knew that there was no way CAS were going to do anything about it because due process hadn't been followed with the CFCB's adjudicatory chamber. I know, it's round and round in circles, isn't it? But what is good is the fact that clearly when Tariq Panja wrote these things and it was claimed that this came from an insider at UEFA, that was great for him at the time because he was getting lots of headlines and things like that. But it's basically come back and it's bitten UEFA on the arse in a way by CAS saying that these leaks in articles in leak 1, 2 and 5, where it's claimed that this information that Tariq Panja put out there was from an inside source at UEFA at the time, saying that Yves Leterme was asking for, in the future, which is this year, at the end of the season, a 1-year ban, is worrisome because clearly that's demonstrated that there has been leaks from inside UEFA or UEFA's adjudicatory chamber or even investigatory chamber with Yves Leterme and his chums. So yeah, it's sort of it's funny how Tariq Panja's gone a little bit quiet on this at the moment, considering that yesterday this was released about. It is worrying that there have been leaks in what was originally the New York Times article written by Tariq Panja. So there you go. That's where it stands at the moment. I said I don't think this is going to die down. I do think there's going to be something. What is going to happen over it, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But I don't think this is going away. And I do think City, I'll be very surprised if City do get a 1-year ban. I will be surprised at that. I do think City will get punished. I really, really do. I do think City will. What that will be, a fine or it'll be whatever, I don't know. But just the way it's going, hopefully there'll be more skeletons in the closet that might come out in due course. But I think what will happen is City have got to go through this due process with the adjudicatory chamber. They've got to. And I think the adjudicatory chamber can appeal for this to be expedited, basically speeded up so that by the summer or even before the summer, they can put their charges to Manchester City, find them guilty of whatever it is that they want to. They know City are going to appeal that, and then it will go straight to the Court of Arbitration of Sport, where UEFA will say, well, we know that's what they're going to do anyway. If we say we're going to charge them with this, we think we find them guilty, X, Y, Z. City are going to go straight to CAS and say, we want to put in an appeal over this. We want it thrown out, X, Y, Z. UEFA can go to CAS and say, we would like the hearing expedited because in the summer, we have now got to plan for next year's Champions League. We want City banned for a year if that is the way they go down. And we want a quick hearing because City could try and drag this out. As soon as it goes into the season, next season, there's nothing they can do. UEFA have clearly got to plan for next season's Champions League because at the moment in the Premier League, we have 4 spots. Well, if City get kicked out of it, the 5th place team will be in the Champions League next season. So it's a mess. It is a mess. And you know, I think everybody's a bit fed up of it and want it resolved one way or the other. And if that means City have done something wrong, it's proven, and CAS overturns City's appeal and we get binned out the Champions League next season, so be it. Let's just get on with it and deal with it. But I've got a feeling this is still going to run and run. But I have got a feeling something is going to happen to us. What that is, do I think it's going to be a year ban? Possibly not. Will it come to like it was 7, 8 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, with the coming to some compromise, whether it's a fine or whether it's whatever, a reduced squad or who knows. But yeah, that's basically what's happening at the moment with regards to FFP. And we'll see, no doubt, in the coming weeks there'll be more, and this will probably run and run and run and run and run. Next week we'll hear more of it. The week after we'll hear more of it. The week after that we'll hear. It will keep. There'll be keep every journalist who's involved in reporting on FFP from whatever standpoint they come from, whether it be your Rob Harris, whether it be from Duncan Castles, or whether it be from anybody who's using a human rights spin on things. Is it you and Roger Mitchell and all the others, Rory Smith and many others? If it's those that want to, Miguel Delaney, use it as a way of sort of bringing back up the whole human rights issues and things like that, they're going to use it. They are going to use it. So we'll wait and see. But I think for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, we're going to keep hearing bits of this continually every week. One of the journalists, Martin Lipton, will write something, probably more tomorrow about it as well. So there you go. It is what it is. And we move on because there's nothing Man City fans can do about it whatsoever. Anyway, right. I'm going to just read out your last few comments and then I've got to go. 50 million for an unproven 60-year-old back in. New York Times are manipulated by their American friends at Liverpool. Yeah, well, they were on the board. I know that they got rid of him. It was one of Werner's friends I can't remember what he was. He was a shareholder or something in the New York Times. So there are links between Liverpool and the New York Times. We should just pull ourselves out of UEFA competitions as a protest against them, even if we're allowed to compete. CFCB haven't followed due process. Don't the New York Times publish stuff about the Premier League? Yeah, they do. So annoying, all this FFP. When will it end? Who knows? Who knows, Becky? Boo, says Beyond Belief. Who cares about FFP? It won't end, Becky. We are guilty regardless of the outcome. You can be sure of that. Danny Ings equals Mbappe goal scoring for stats. Leaf pool. We are in serious trouble if we are to be banned from Europe. Airborne Mbappe plays left wing. What's your point? Ings is a fluke. Airborne. We would only get a 1-season ban. We would. Yeah, I mean, that's all they've asked for, allegedly, if the leaks are true by the New York Times, which they claim there's no leaks. Look at how the Bayern president is speaking about pursuing signing now, not caring the world. Absolutely. They should duck Sheikh Mansour in a big pot of water. If he floats, we are guilty. Very funny, Kiam. Mbappe plays in a Farmers League. Ings doesn't. Beyond belief, so they've got nothing again. Running away from the responsibility with unacceptable tone nonsense. Absolutely. Worrisome equals bent. Yeah, but they can't really say that, can they? Because they are the court of arbitration for sport. Lankow, you can only beat what's in front of you. Airborne. Manfred Nan. Paul Jones does footy. I was waiting for it. Well done, section. Well, because of dollars power, City and PSG be hated by a lot of people. This will be continued until they get City to be punished. We can't get away from UEFA now. They're all on us, absolutely. Manfred Nan must be blinded by this. Thought that said Phil Jones section. Calvin Lundell, Mbappe in all comes 24 goals in 28 games, 17 in 29. Mbappe has 15 in 14. So you're wrong, Airborne. Phil Jones should play in the Sunday League team. I'd be surprised if Phil Jones did football team. Paul Standall, evening all. How's it going? Hope all's well. So a ban on the cards then for City. Oh, well, yeah, who knows? Who knows, Paul Standall? None of us know. I'm a better centre back than Phil Jones, and I'm an attacking midfielder. Cal says UEFA Champions League is the only European FA Cup. It's the European Carabao Cup. Airborne, you had stats wrong. It's happened to us all. Time for UEFA Brexit. It's rubbish comp. Anyway, well, I mean, the next stage is, I mean, can you imagine if the Court of Arbitration of Sport do uphold, let's say, a proposed 1-year Champions League ban? What's to say that City don't take it to the European courts as a way of challenging FFP? in its entirety, even though CAS generally say there was an agreement over the Bosman ruling, and that was agreed between clubs and governing bodies. So it wasn't just about a challenge against European law and working law. There was an agreement between European footballing governing bodies and football clubs that the Bosman rule was a good thing. So that's why it was voted in. I'm not sure how. Well, I know City will possibly challenge the European courts on FFP as a whole. Forget CAS and everything else, saying that it's illegal. I think they'd struggle. I think they might struggle, but who knows? But City are not finished with this, and neither are UEFA. They have to fine us or punish us to keep their red friends satisfied. It stinks to high heaven. So Sancho, why do we swap with Dortmund with Sane going back the other way? He gets his wish back to Germany and we get quality back. Well, good point. Yeah, good point. Well, transfer market value in Sane at 90 million quid. UEFA will ban us. I can see it coming. 1 goal in Premier League and 3. Okay, Kiam. Last few Liverpool fans talking human rights. The City that had to apologise for slavery. You cannot make it up. I'd rather play Burnley than 90% of the rubbish teams we play in the UEFA Champions League. I agree with that. Mingy Wong, I wonder who's behind this stuff of FFP and those so-called journalists. If you don't know Mingy Wong, you need to go and follow us on Twitter, and that way you'll be able to read all about it. Bernard Deneen, later, Andy, guys, have a great night. You too, Bernard. Paul, I would like to see a swap with Sane. Beyond belief. UEFA hates City and PSG. Ghost QA, do you think Laporte will play against Real and is not participating in this last match? I think Laporte will be back for the West Ham game. Beyond belief, agree with you. Kingsley Coleman, swap with Sane. No, thank you, not for me. Hi, Andy, how are you today? I'm good. Hams are about to go. The IT man at City needs sacking. Liverpool hackers and now some German geezer checking our finances. He's pretty shit with that computers. Showing hatred towards City for having Arab owners is anti-Semitic. The majority of Semites are Arab, after all. They speak the most widely spoken Semitic language, Arabic. Salvador Handy, hope you're well, Tommy. I'm very good, mate, Tommy. I'm about to go. I've been on now way too long, an hour and 10 minutes. So, hi all and goodbye, presume. Yeah, it is. See you, Martin. When does Ivor's book come out? I don't know. We're working on it now. Trying to get a publisher. Stop it, Peter. Anyway, guys, listen, I've got to go way over time. But anyway, we've covered so much today. We've covered everything. God knows what. We've covered... Let me just quickly recap. We looked at the City fan who flew through 3,000 miles from Boston, missed the West Ham game, is going to be treated by City. We looked at Alexander Zinchenko in Dubai with his girlfriend and a tiger. We looked at Jadon Sancho and City's how much City might make if he is sold. Sheffield Wednesday tickets, the point system and how much they cost. City squad being worth the most in world football. UEFA we've just spoken about. We looked at Jude Bellingham. We talked about Happy Valentine's for tomorrow and what you get in your partners, girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, wives, whatever. Dads even. Becky, don't forget, I'll check my emails and I will send that to you tomorrow first thing. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you all for coming on and all your comments. You've been absolutely brilliant as usual. We'll be back tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Don't forget, give your loved ones a kiss, say Happy Valentine's Day, even if it's a card. So be it. Take care. We'll see you soon.